Now, in order to evaluate this limit, first of all, we can distribute the limits over the numerator and the denominator. So you can write this as limit x tends to 0 sine cube a theta divided by limit x tends to 0 sine square b theta. Why is this? Because from the theorems on limits that I had given you in the beginning, if you remember, you had limit x tends to a fx by gx was equal to limit x tends to a fx divided by limit x tends to a gx, right? Right? This was the case. Now what I'm going to do here is because you have a sine cube, I'm going to insert this limit uh, within the power. So I get limit x tends to 0 sine a theta cube, and in the denominator I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to insert the limit within the power. And why is this possible? Because you know that limit x tends to a fx to the power of n is equal to limit x tends to a fx whole to the power of n, isn't it? From the theorem that I had given you. Now look at the numerator. Numerator already has sine a theta, but it does not have, we want to bring it to the form sine x by x. So how are we going to proceed to bring it? What we are going to do is we are going to take sine a theta in the numerator. We are going to divide actually by a theta, right? And because we are dividing by a theta, we also need to multiply by a theta. This whole thing you have cube divide by, and similarly in the denominator, I'm going to divide by b theta. And we are going to multiply also by b theta, right? Now what we are going to do here is that this a cube theta cube, we can take out of the limit. This a theta, if we are taking out, this becomes a cube theta cube, right? And from the denominator, if we are going to take out b theta, it becomes b square theta square because the power is square in this case, right? Um, so therefore, this becomes, now in the numerator here, in the next step, limit x tends to 0, we are only left with sine a theta by a theta, right? Cube. We should have written here. If I'm to take out this out of the bracket, I'm left with a cube theta cube by b square theta square. And here, limit x tends to 0, sine a theta divided by a theta cube. And in the denominator, we'll have limit x tends to 0, sine b theta by b theta square. Okay. Now this is, I think, theta tends to 0, not x, because the variable here is theta. There is no x in the function if you see. All this is theta tends to 0. So we cannot take theta out actually here because theta is a variable. We can only take the constant out. Okay, let me just write theta tends to 0. Okay, so here we are now left with theta cube and here theta square. Is this step clear?
Yes, sir.
There was no x there. Okay, theta was a variable. A cube by b square. Now if you see this limit here is equal to 1, we will write 1 cube divided by, we have a 1 square, right? And because theta is a variable, this limit is carried forward here. You see this cancels here, only power 1 remains. So limit theta tends to 0, theta. Okay, so you're getting a cube divided by b square into theta tends to 0, you put theta is equal to 0, right? Even if it comes to 0, no problem, because we are still 0 is equal to 0 is still a determinate form of a limit. A limit can tend to 0. So your answer is 0. Okay, so the next sum, number 4. Now you have L is equal to limit x tends to 0 sine x degree divided by x. Now you might say that this is equal to 1, right? What is the difference? See, the difference is that although you know this formula that limit x tends to 0 sine x by x is equal to 1, this formula only applies when x is in radians, not in degrees. Okay, this limit only applies when x is given to you in radians and not in degrees. Okay, so difference between this one and the given sum is that in the numerator you have x in degrees and not in radians, whereas in the denominator you have x in radians. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to first convert our degree into a radian. Now how do we convert? We know that 180 degrees is equal to pi radians, right? That means 1 degree is equal to pi by 180 radians. That means x degree must be equal to pi x by 180 radians, right? So therefore, this limit here will be limit x tends to 0 sine x degree. So x degree is equal to pi x by 180 radians. So let's write this as pi x by 180. Now this is in radians. Divide by x. Okay. Now we are going to evaluate this limit the usual way. Limit x tends to 0 sine pi x by 180. Now if you see here, pi by 180 is the constant one. So that therefore, if we are want to bring it to an sine x by x form, we have to divide this by pi by 180, right? Because this pi by 180 is a constant. And if we are dividing by pi by 180, we also need to multiply by pi by 180, right? Now pi by 180 is a constant, so you can take it out of the limit. So pi by 180 limit x tends to 0 sine uh, pi x by 180 into we need to divide by pi x by 180. You already have, yes. You already had an x here, right? Where did this x go? You did not ask. This x will come here only. So that is why now it becomes, see, I had a pi x by 180 here, right? So what I did was pi by 180. This was the constant one. So I divided this by pi by 180. And because I already had an x in the denominator, that became pi x by 180. And the extra term that I am dividing by is pi by 180. That is why I'm multiplying also by pi by 180. Okay. So this becomes pi x by 180. Okay. So now this limit here is equal to 1. Yeah, pi by 180 into 1, which is equal to pi by 180. And that's your answer. Okay. Next one. Number 5. L is equal to limit x tends to 0 cos mx minus cos nx divided by x square. Okay. Recall trigonometry, product to sum, sum to product in fact. Cos c minus cos d. What was the formula?
2 sin c plus d by 2 sin c d minus d by 2.
Exactly. 2 sin d plus c by 2 sin d minus c by 2. Right? So we are going to change this sum in the numerator to a product. So we have limit x tends to 0, 2 sin d plus c nx plus mx by 2 into sin nx minus mx by 2 whole divided by x square. Okay. Now 2 is a constant. You can take this 2 out. You get twice limit x tends to 0 sine. In the numerator of this within the sign, you can take x out. You get sine n plus mx into sine n minus mx, n minus m by 2x, right? And you have x square in the denominator. Now in the next step, what we are going to do is we are going to take one. If you see, you have x square in the denominator, right? Product of two x's is x squared. So one x we are going to take with one sign, and the other x we are going to take with another sign. We have sine n plus m by 2x divided by x. One x I take with this, and the other x I take with this. Okay, twice. Now I separate. So I get limit x tends to 0 sine n plus m by 2x divided by x into limit. I distributed the limit over this product. Right. Now we are going to bring this to the form limit x tends to 0 sine theta by theta, x by x. Right. So limit x tends to 0 sine. In the numerator, we write as it is n plus m by 2x. What is missing in the denominator? And n plus m is missing, right? N plus m by 2 is missing. So we add an n plus m by 2. And you already have an x in the denominator, right? Into. And because in the denominator, I have an extra n plus m by 2, I also multiply by n plus m by 2. Okay. And you have limit x tends to 0 sine n minus m by 2 x divided by, again here I do the same thing. I multiply the denominator by n minus m by 2, and because I am multiplying by this extra factor, I also need to, because I'm dividing by this extra factor, I also need to multiply, right? Now what happens? This n plus m by 2 I can take out of the limit because it is a constant. What am I left with? Right? And here again I can take this n minus m also out of this limit. N minus m by 2 into limit x tends to 0 sine n minus m by 2x divided by n minus m by 2x. Now see, you have twice n plus m by 2. The value of this limit here is equal to 1. And again you have n minus m by 2. And the value of this limit here is again equal to 1. So you're simply getting twice n plus m into n minus m. It becomes n square minus m square by 4. So this cancels here. So you get n square minus m square by 2. And that's your answer. Any question?
No, sir.
So we proceed with the next one. Which is number 6. Given limit here is limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos 2x divided by x. Okay. 1 minus cos 2x from multiple angle formula, you know that 1 minus
2
cos
sine
2x,
squared
2 sine square x divided by x, right? Now what is, now you have 2 here, which is a constant. So you take this 2 out of this limit, simply get 2 limit x tends to 0, sine square x by x. Now you see, you have in the numerator you have a sine square, but in the denominator you don't have a square, you simply only have an x, right? So what you do here is sine square x, you make this x into an x square. So what is the extra factor that you have multiplied the denominator by? X. That means you have to multiply this fraction by x also, right? That means this becomes twice limit x tends to 0 sine square x by x square into limit x tends to 0 x. So this becomes twice. Now because you have a power of 2 here, you insert the limit within the power. Twice limit x tends to 0 sine x by x square into limit x tends to 0 x, right? So this becomes twice. This limit here is 1. So 1 square into limit x tends to 0 x. You can put x is equal to 0. So your answer here is 0. Okay. Next question. Number 7. Given limit here is limit x tends to 0 sine 3x minus sine x divided by sine x. Okay. Now in this, first of all, you change in the numerator, you see you have a sum or a difference, whatever, right? This sum you can change to a product. So we change this sum to a product. Sine c minus sine d again is sine minus sine
2
is
cos c plus
2,
d by 2
2 cos c plus d by 2
c sine c minus d by 2.
sine c minus d by 2, right? And you have a sine x. So this 2 you can take out of the limit. We are left with cos 2x into sine x divided by sine x. This sine x cancels. You simply get limit x tends to 0 cos 2x. And what is this? This is a standard limit, isn't it? If you put z is equal to 2x, that means therefore as x tends to 0, z also tends to 0. So therefore what will this limit become? Twice limit z tends to 0 cos z, right? Which is a standard limit, isn't it? 2 into 1 is equal to 2. Or you can simply from here only you can write 2 into 1. Okay? Okay, next question then. Number 7. Number 8 is the next question. Given limit here is x tends to 0 tan x minus sin x divided by x cube. Okay. Now, first of all, we change tan to sine and cos. So we write tan x is equal to sine x by cos x. Okay. Now we take the LCM in the numerator. So we get here limit x tends to 0 sine x minus sine x cos x divided by x cube cos x. Okay. You can take sine x common. You get 1 minus cos x divided by x cube cos x. Okay. Now you know that 1 minus cos x from multiple angle formula or submultiple angle formula is
2
2
sine square
sine
x by
square x
2.
by 2. So you can write sine x into 2 sine square x by 2 divided by x cube cos x. You can take this 2 out of this limit. Twice limit x tends to 0 sine x into sine square x by 2 divided by x cube cos x. Okay. So now first of all, if you see that sine x uh, by cos x can be considered here to be tan x now, right? So limit x tends to 0. This sine x by cos x you can write as tan x, isn't it? Into sine square x by 2 divided by simply x cube, right? It's equal to limit x tends to 0. Now you know that tan x limit x tends to 0, tan x by x is equal to 1, isn't it? So what you do is you take in the denominator, you take 1x here into okay. Now you separate the limits. One you take with this, the other you take with, you have a 2 also here. I'm forgetting to write the 2's. Okay. So you have sine square x by 2 divided by x square twice. Now limit x tends to 0, tan x by x is equal to 1. Okay, we only need to take care of this limit. So what do? You see, in the numerator, you have a sine square x by 2. And the denominator, you have x square. What is missing? Only a 2 in the denominator, x square by 2. So what are we doing? We are multiplying the denominator by half. If you are multiplying the denominator by half, we need to multiply this fraction also by half, isn't it? Right? Now we can take this half also out. So 2 into half, right? Limit x tends to 0. Now what can I write this? I can write this as sine x by 2 by x by 2 square, right? This again cancels. So you're simply left with limit x
Sir,
tends to 0. Yes.
sir, it is whole square. That's why we
Oh,
have
this
to,
should be 4. It
by
should be 4.
balancing, we have to,
It should be 4.
yes, sir.
Okay. So when we are taking this out here, should be 4. This will cancel with 2. Okay. So you're left with half. And now if I want to insert this limit inside the bracket, okay. So this is half into 1 square, which is equal to half. And that's your answer. Okay, next one. Number 9. Limit x tends to 0. Cosec x minus cot x divided by x. Okay. You change everything to sine and cos. 1 by sine x minus cos x by sine x. Whole divided by x. Now you take the LCM in the numerator. You will be able to bring sine x to the denominator. So you simply get 1 minus cos x by x sine x. Right? Now 1 minus cos x from multiple angle formula
2
is
sine squared x
2
by
sine
2.
square x by 2. Right? Also in the denominator, sine x from multiple or some multiple angle formula can be written as 2 sine x by 2
2 sine x by 2 cos x by 2.
cos x by 2. This 2 cancels here. 1 sine x by 2 cancels here. Right? So you are going to get limit x tends to 0. Sine x by 2 is in the numerator, cos x by 2 is in the denominator. So that will become tan x by 2. And don't forget you already have an x in the denominator also. This is what we are going to get. So now we just need a little bit of adjustment. We are going to bring this to the form limit x tends to 0 tan x by x. So I have an x by 2 here, but in the denominator I don't have an x by 2, so I'll take an x by 2 in the denominator. And because I'm multiplying the denominator by half, I need to multiply this fraction also by half, right? Now you can take half out. You're going to get limit x tends to 0 tan x by 2 by x by 2, which is equal to half into 1, which is equal to half. That's your answer. Okay. Last problem for today. Number 10. Given limit here is limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos ax divided by x sine 3x. Okay. Now here too, from multiple angle formula, 1 minus cos ax can be written as 2 sine
2
square
sine square x by 2
ax by 2
ax by 2.
divided by, and in the denominator, we are going to keep sine 3x as it is, x sine 3x as it is. Okay. Now in the next step, we are going to take this 2 out of the limit. Now sine square ax is there, right? You see sine square ax is in the numerator, ax by 2 in fact. What is missing in the denominator? It is a square x square by 4,
X squared by 4.
right? And if you see, we already have an 1x in the denominator, but I am giving an x square. That means what is the extra quantity that I'm multiplying by? The extra quantity that I'm
A
multiplying
square
by is a square x by 4,
a square x.
right?
Yes, sir.
Because I already have an x here, right? And because I have putting an x square here, this 1x is extra. So I've compensated for that here. Okay. Okay. That is taken care of. Next is only sine 3x is left. So I'll write 1 by sine 3x here as it is. Okay. Which is equal to, now a square by 2, a square by 4 is a constant. So you can take this out of the limit. So you get twice a square by 4. Limit x tends to 0. You have sine square ax by 2 sine square ax by 2 divided by, let me write this as sine ax divided by ax by 2 square. Let me write it this way, right? This a square by 4 I have already taken out. This x remains here, right? So what I'm going to do here is a little bit of manipulation. Let me put a curly bracket here. That what I'm going to do is this x I'm going to take here in the denominator. Okay, so I get 1 by sine 3x by x. I can write this way. Check. Can I write?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'm going to separate the limits. Sine ax by 2 divided by ax by 2 square. This is one limit. What is the other limit? Into limit x tends to 0. 1 by sine 3x by, now see here, I have an x, right? So what I'll do is, if I bring out 3x here, that means I am multiplying this, I have to multiply this by 3, right? That's what I have done. Next, a square by 2. This limit gets inside this. So this becomes limit x tends to 0 sine ax by 2 by ax by 2 square into, and you can distribute this limit over this numerator and over this denominator. The limit x tends to 0, 1 divided by limit x tends to 0 sine 3x by 3x, and you have an extra 3 here, right? So this extra 3 you can take out of the limit also. This extra 3, yes. There's a 1/3 here, right? Into 1/3, isn't it? Yes,
Yes, sir.
this step. Yes.
Yes.
So this 1/3 now you can take out of the limit. So you have a square by 2 into 1/3. I have taken out, and this limit is equal to 1. So 1 square into 1 by, and this limit here is also 1, 1 by 1. So I'm getting a square by 6. And that's my answer. Okay. Any question in this sum?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, then I'll stop here.